Hello, welcome to ESC Fan TV. Now, tonight, this is a special bite-size edition. You may be wondering, what is ESC Fan TV Bite-Size? Well, quite frankly, there's so much going on right now, we can't keep up. So this is half an hour for us to whip round and see what's going on around the world of Eurovision. And we've got loads to talk about. We're going to be talking about Eesti Laul. We're going to be talking about Vidbir. We're going to be talking about Iceland. We're going to be talking about Latvia, Armenia. We're going to be talking about Malta and their destiny, and Lithuania as well. Whew. You may need to sit down, people. Now, as always, I've got a fantastic panel of guests with me. And first of all, it's a very good evening to Gustav.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to be back with you.
And lovely to see you. Now, I should say, really, it's good morning to Gemma.
Yeah, good morning, good evening.
Yes, it's what time is it where you are?
It is 6 o'clock right now.
Hey, dedication to the cause. We love it. Also joining us, fresh-faced from her trip to Trondheim and having survived Storm Dennis, which lashed the UK yesterday as well. It's the lovely Jo.
Hello, Tom. Yes, it was a bit bumpy, let me just say, but amazing atmosphere in that arena on Saturday, and I'm really glad I went. It was worth all the pain and trouble.
And also joining us, it's the lovely Nicholas as well.
Hello, it's pretty windy here as well, but luckily we're inside. It's nice and warm here, lovely.
Hey, and also, and I have to say, in my opinion, it's ESC Fan TV's resident statistician. Seems to know everything, because I know he stays up till like 4 in the morning watching every single national final when it actually happens as well. It's the fantastic Tristan. Good evening, Tristan.
Hey, thank you. Yes, good evening.
Now, should we get started, guys? Yes. Now, whilst people are catching their breath, by the way, let's also throw in the whole idea of, well, make sure you like and subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yes, click that button down there and you can be notified when we're on as well. Now, we're going to get straight away stuck in and we're going to talk about Eesti Laul. Now, they're going to select their entrant on the 29th of February, I have to admit. It's a date that doesn't occur very often, so, you know, wasn't too sure. And they've already selected many artists to go through to their final. Let's remind ourselves of the qualifiers so far, and then we will actually have a quick discussion.
I wish that you would always stay by my side. I'll keep you on my mind.
All behind you say, so break me.
'Cause I'm so young.
Malta Write songs, but to write one about me.
Well, those are the qualifiers from semi-final 1. Do you know what? I think before we discuss, guys, should we see the qualifiers from semi-final 2 as well? Why not?
Yes.
Ainult ükskord veel ta tunda nagu siis ma in this beautiful love.
I'm sorry I messed up. Used to be my only dream.
Oh, well, never imagine the power and never imagine the need.
There are some fantastic songs there. Can see Gemma's already got the Estonian flag out ready to fly. But let's go to Gustav. What are your thoughts on the qualifiers so far?
I think that they did a really good job with sorting out all of the bland songs that just like sounded like all the other songs. And with that done, they have a really strong final. So I'm really happy for them.
Okay. And Gemma, have you got any favourites in Eesti Laul so far?
Even though I have the flag, I'm actually a little bit disappointed this year. So, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. And I usually love Estonia. Anyway, you know, positive comments.
Positive comments. Now, I know someone who will have watched this, and I hope, Tristan, you're taking a look at all these comments that are flying in at the moment. Karen's strong final. Favourites are Uku and Beautiful Lie. Someone else saying Beautiful Lies Arcade 2.0. That's from ESC Matt. Mia is flying the flag for Inga. Jade, Beautiful Lies a discount arcade. Ooh, harsh.
Yep.
Harsh there, Jade.
Shots fired.
Beautiful Moon Vision, on the other hand, Beautiful Lie might remind us of arcade. Definitely the best song for ESC. Stuart sharing the love for Inga. Tristan, come on, you've watched all of this. What are your thoughts on Eesti Laul?
I thought it was a great show. There was some. I was very surprised at the poor quality of the songs that I thought would do really well in semi-final one. They just didn't sing well. I thought Little Mess. I love the Little Mess song. It's a real earworm, but they didn't do so well live at all. And I was quite disappointed in that. But they did make the right decision in not putting them through. And the other song I was expecting to go through on semi-final one was Ping Pong, which with Jennifer Cohen, which again was a great little song, but she really didn't perform well live. So I think in both cases they put the right songs through to the final, and there's some real catchy songs there. I personally don't like Beautiful Life because I do agree it's such a rip-off of Arcade and a bit of Beautiful Mess in there as well. I was very surprised by Traffic. I know that it's going to be. I love the staging of Traffic. Because as you know, what we saw in Eesti Laul is what we're going to be seeing on stage in Rotterdam. They've introduced this new rule for Eesti Laul this year. So we already know what it's going to look like on Rotterdam. If Traffic wins, it's not a song that I normally would have chosen before watching it, but it was so good on stage with them four sitting around in that all the instruments, and then getting off and walking to the other stage. It was just fun. And there are just some great songs there. I don't really know. Break Me could do it.
I'll tell you who my favourite is.
Sorry.
I was going to say, I'll tell you who my favourite is. And I think, in actual fact, it was my favourite last year as well. It's Iku's Fist from semi-final 2. And I just think that could do it really well. And I think he's got the staging for it as well. And the one, and I'm so sorry, Stuart, but Inga, yeah, I might need sunglasses for that staging.
Yeah, I agree so much.
I'm just gonna bounce it across to Joe, because obviously we do share the Uku love. What are your thoughts?
Did you guess? We always have the very, very. We don't deviate that often. Yeah, I love Uku. I also love Traffic, and I agree with what Tristan's saying about Traffic. I think the staging's really nice. It was just, and it was pleasant. It was a bit of a nice little different type of funky pop. But it's obviously not funky, but you know what I mean. It could do really well.
Yeah, and I think the staging is there as well. Now,
I just want to say my favorite actually. I didn't tell what my favorite was. It's Uku Suviste. As far as the song is, What Love Is, it's so beautiful. It's so understated, and it's original. It's just like, I can't think of any other song like it. The way that it sort of builds up. Yeah.
Do you mean to say you share the same favourite as us?
Oh,
I can't actually remember the last time this has happened. Can someone take a note of the date? Someone make a note. We need to have this.
It's written down.
Oh, thank God for that. Just checking up on your comments in the chat room. Karen's weirdly semi-final 1 artists were bad. Vocally, to be honest, such disappointment, but semi-2 was much better and better. Stuart has now switched allegiance to Stefan. Oh, that boy just puts £10 on everything to win. Therefore, he can always claim to have backed a winner. Karen's also, Inga was meh. And then also we've got Moon Vision as well. Stefan was much stronger last year, but he's still doing well. Oh, guys, I think that is Eesti Laul done. Now they're going to be selecting their entry on the 29th of February, and ESC Fan TV will be covering the final. Oh, wow. I think, just so people can catch their breath as we continue going through this, Eesti Laul done, and... Hey, there we go. Oh, and yes, I forgot to take the banner off. Let's move on, shall we? Now, also taking place at the moment and selecting their entrant this Saturday coming is the Ukraine. Now, can't help but feel there have been some awkward moments, some awkward questions about the Ukraine. Shall we remind ourselves of their qualifiers so far before we move on? I think we shall.
Baby, 'cause I'm vegan. I can even call you honey every time we're having beef. It's my little sunshine. Vegan. Salaway, не співай раненько, а мені на серденько знов невеселе.
Those are the top three from semi-final 1. Let's take a look at semi-final 2.
Cause never in my life I felt so strong. Never since you baby came along. Never know what's right. For love. Go for love. Give us some new love.
And Vidbir will select their entrant on Saturday night. Now, Tristan, you have been watching this one all the way through, I think more so than any of us. What are your thoughts on Vidbir this year?
Fantastic. For me, it's been the best. Well, it's been some of the best selections we've had so far. Semi-final 1 was amazing. I mean, my top 3 got through. Jerry Heil, Kuzma, and Goa. Goa, I absolutely adore. I was very sad to miss Katia Chili as well, and that brackets O bracket. So they're both fantastic from semi-final 1, but obviously only 3 go through, so can't complain. Semi-final 2, I was a little bit more disappointed in, mainly because I did like Faux Show. Thought that was really, really on point. It's a great tune. And I also look quite at the ballads. I quite liked Alexander Podiojanetsky with Saviour. That was a really nice song as well. But of the 3 that went through, Kayat with Call for Love, that very ethnic sound, that was great. So for me, my 2 favourites are Goa and Jerry Heil from semi-final 1 and Kayat from semi-final 2. And I really hope it's Goa because I know someone who knows them. So it'd be quite nice to sort of have a connection with an actual winning performer.
Now, Stuart said in the chat that everyone loves a Goa. Yeah. It's fine. It's his day off. Don't worry about it. But it seems to be that everyone seems to be going vegan in the chat room. Nicholas, what's your take?
Yeah, I must join the chat room in this. I think even though I'm not vegan myself, I think it's definitely the best song out of the bunch. I think I have a bit of a different opinion than what Tristan has. I think this year is an interesting year for Vidbir because it is there's a lot of primarily new artists in these, obviously because of the whole rule change with that you can have performed in Russia if you want to take part. And I think it does mean that, we're seeing not so many big names taking part. We're seeing a lot lesser known names. And I think it's just, this year is a bit special because it's the year where everyone just kind of has to get used to that there's going to be a different sound. I think vegan is the best option because it's fun and it's memorable. I don't really feel any of the other songs are memorable. It all feels a little bit bland, in my opinion. And this isn't like one of the years. I feel like Ukraine has sent so many great entries over the years. I feel like this year could really be a disappointment. And I feel like there's a lot of these songs in the final that could potentially not even go through the semis at Eurovision, just because it isn't the kind of usual quotes that we're used to, which is okay because it's new artists. They have to like find their place in this. But I think next year will be good. But for now, it's vegan for me or nothing. That's all I have to say.
Wow, words I never thought I'd hear you say.
True.
I'm just going to have to go to Gustav very quickly on this. Do you think the Ukraine have shot themselves in the foot somewhat with their rulings and things like that? Because I think, they obviously selected a very strong entry last year. And I dare I say it, maybe that, love it or loathe it, I don't think there's a song as good as the one selected last year. What's your take?
Of course they did. Of course they did. But they have to send vegan. That's their only chance to not completely fail after last year's failure. So please send vegan, please.
And just catching up in the chat room, Martin Palmer likes 99. Karen's, we need a good troll act for Ukraine, so vegan is the perfect choice. I have to say, I think I may actually kind of agree with that. And from Stuart, vegans taking over, blame Greta.
Stuart.
ESC Fan TV.
Okay, boomer.
Still trying to gain relevance as well.
I'm a vegetarian. Does it count?
I don't know.
It's good. It's good.
I'll tell you what, Joe.
It's halfway there, isn't it?
Could we get a commitment that maybe if vegan wins, you'd go vegan for the week of the contest?
I wouldn't eat, would I? I would not eat in Rotterdam because I love pizza. I'll be eating pizza every day. Oh, sorry, no cheese. It wouldn't work. You get starving Joe by the end of the week. I'd be terrible.
And as Stuart says, if vegan is the answer, I'd rather starve. There's always fruit and veg, Stu. There's always fruit and veg.
Doesn't work, mate. Even a vegetarian thinks that. It does not work.
We've got Eva in the chat room. She's querying about the route from Lithuania. Well, do you know what? Funnily enough, Eva, that is what we are about to discuss. Now, we don't have a video clip for the route, sadly. But do you know what? We can have a discussion about it anyway. And I'm going to go straight to... who am I going straight to? Gemma. Let's go to Gemma. Lithuania.
Oh, I forgot we're doing Lithuania. I didn't bring my flag down. Oh no, I love the Lithuanian national flag. We've got banger. I'm excited.
Hey, it's always good when they select. And I have to say, I think there's a lot of love for it as well. Martin Palmer, the Roop Rule. Going over to Tristan, do the Roop rule for you?
Yep, it's my favourite so far of all the songs that have been chosen. It was my favourite in the entire Lithuanian process, and I really also loved Keiwa, Alligator. So it's the first time that my favourite's actually gone on to win their show, which I'm quite happy about. Loved the Roop last year as well, so it's really deserved. Really happy Monica Maria didn't win because I didn't think this song was anywhere near as good as the song she's previously bought. So hopefully she'll come back in another year with a much better song. I loved Andy Vike, YYY as well. I mean, it was a fantastic show. Really glad I chose to watch that one live as well, it was just fantastic. And also, I mean, there's lots of songs, so especially in Heat 2, because I watched all 6 shows. In Heat 2, Tusum Playa. I'm a Lithuanian basketball player. That was fantastic. Shame I didn't get through. Same with The Broken Leg with Electric Boy, another song to get through. But all in all, the best song, I think. And or definitely the song that's most likely to do well won, and it won convincingly. 12 from both jury and public.
I have to say, the chat room has exploded. I've just been throwing up lots of comments. Random Danish guy, Lithuania got the best move so far. Evil, we love the roop. Wixo, yes, Lithuania have a great song. Although I know someone who's slightly in tune, maybe with another member of our team, and I'm going to go to Gustav. Karen says, "Can I say this? I always loved Lithuania national final. A lot of my favourites didn't make the final, except Monica, Maria, and Monique." Oh, Gustav, discuss.
Oh, okay. First of all, I want to say that I did not expect Lithuania to have such a strong national final. I did not see that coming at all. But it was so strong. However, Tristan, I love Monica Maria's song. It's so good, and the staging was so warm and welcoming, and I love it. With that said, I am happy that the Roop won because that's also a really good song. But Monica Maria should have won because I just love that song and the performance and everything.
Well, and don't forget, guys, that we will be actually posting our own individual song reviews, and we'll be having little mini panel shows on these song reviews, and they're coming to ESC Fan TV really soon. Has anyone else got any love to share for the Roop or any love to share for Lithuania? Nicholas, round it up for us.
Yes, I think I'll warm up to the Roop. I think it definitely has potential, and I think when we get to Eurovision, I'll have a lot of fun with this. But that being said, Keira's Alligator, that was my #1 winner. I absolutely adore the song. I adore her as a performer. She's great. I adored the dancers. Everything about that was just so great. And I feel like, she really perfected it in the final. Everything just worked. And I feel like this is my first big loss in this national final season so far. I'm really sad that we won't be seeing Alligator at Eurovision because it was so great, and I love it so much. It's one of the songs that I've been listening to the most the past month. So I really enjoyed her performance in the final. So sad it didn't make it.
Now, guys, I do believe that is Vidbir and Lithuania. We've done it in one fell swoop. Done. It must mean that we're off to Scandinavian climes next. Now, regular viewers to ESC Fan TV will have seen, no doubt, particularly if they have clicked, hint, hint, the like and subscribe button, our very own preview of Iceland's national final. So let's recap on their qualifiers so far.
Lífið núll, lífið ég. Ljúft eða sárt, hvernig sem en það aðeins eitt, kemur og fer.
Do you know what? I can always... A ballad comes on and immediately I'm just like... I look and I can see Gustav is just swaying from side to side. I'll tell you what, guys.
You're right.
We'll deal with the qualifiers for semi-final 2, and then we'll have our discussion. I'm still swaying from the ballad, I have to be honest. But do you know what? we'll go to Gustav maybe in a little bit. Let's just go over to Nicholas. Your take on Söngvakeppnin.
Yeah, it's an interesting bunch that we have here in the final. I think it's definitely the best songs that went through. I think Dima is a really fun rock song. my personal favorite is Daddy. I think like it's so much fun. It completely lights up the stage. It's so much fun to just like dance along to. I've really been vibing to the song, watching the live performances. I know there's a lot of love for Eva. I wouldn't say that it's 100% certain that she'll just like breeze through and win it, because I think that Daddy has so many fans in Iceland that I think that could, because they have that like vote in the end where it's like two songs up against each other and it's only public vote. And I think that it's gonna be between Daddy and Eva. I'm 100% certain about that almost. But I think he has a chance of taking it in the end because he is the more known act. She's young, she's a new performer. It's the kind of song where it's like either you love it or you hate it, where I think Daddy's song is a little bit more easily listenable maybe. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen. But yeah, that's definitely my personal favorite.
Now the chat room has exploded. And they reckon it's going to be a straight fight between Eva and Daddy as well. Do you know what? Let's go to Gustav. I feel this is always a good. Whenever Daddy gets mentioned, I just feel it's always a good time to go to Gustav.
I don't know how that happened. Oh, I really don't like Daddy's songs. I really don't like it.
But you love the Daddies.
Yeah, but he's a daddy in all the wrong ways. I always said that. No, I think Eva is beautiful.
Oh, I have to say, I do appreciate Eva's song. I think she would be my personal tip for the win. Joe, what's your take on Iceland?
Yeah, what an absolutely fabulous final. That's all I'm going to say. I'm a little bit sad actually because I'm not going to be watching this live. I have to sort of grab it when I can, sort of thing. I just, 5 amazing songs, certainly 4. I mean, I must admit, I'm wild card. I thought maybe they would have given it to, is it Elizabeth, is it? But yeah, I have to say, I wouldn't know how to pick. Daddy's got... His song's catchy-ish, but I think it's a bit too gimmicky for it. Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to win because it's a bit gimmicky. But I think it's fantastic, the dancing. I think Ava should get it, and I think she deserves it. And yeah, Iceland, you choose her, you've got a really good chance. Top 3 at Eurovision, definitely.
Now, Iceland will be selecting their entrant in about a week. 2 weeks time. I'm going to say a week and a half, but it is only Monday. We'll say about 2 weeks time. 29th of February. Yes, there is another few Super Saturdays incoming this week. Obviously, Slovenia and Ukraine taking centre stage, as well with Poland as well coming up this weekend as well. Iceland is the week after, 29th of February. Date for your diary. Now, final person, I think, or actually, Gemma, have you seen any of the Iceland songs?
I have. I want Daddy to win just so that I can get myself a green jumper that has my face printed on the front of it.
Yes, same.
Oh,
yes, please.
Amazing.
Can I just say, just because no one's mentioned it so far, Isolde and Helga, very good as well. Just wanted to add that one in because no one's really mentioned her.
Yeah, definitely.
I mentioned them, and it's a lovely song. I mean, I don't think it's going to necessarily win, but it definitely deserves some love.
And did your favourites get through, Tristan?
Yeah, I must say they all got through. Yeah. No. I mean, again, like Joe, I would have preferred Elizabeth to have got the wild card rather than Nina. But yeah.
Okay. Wow. Steaming through. Obviously, you will find Söngvakeppnin reviewed on ESC Fan TV later this month. But for now, that is Söngvakeppnin done. I'm sure Stuart does this with a bit more finesse, you know. Never mind.
Oh,
He'll be listening. Let's just give him a wave. There we go. He's already printed his T-shirt, by the way, apparently. Now, guys, let's move on to the final bit of the show. Now, there are two songs / national finals to throw into the mix, and obviously someone who we think was destined, get it, destined for success. Hey, to discuss as well. Now, it was last week that Latvia held their Supernova final. They've decided to send Samanta Tīna to Rotterdam, and she's going to be singing the song Still Breathing. Let's take a quick listen.
I grow strong. So can I get strong? Light come on. Let the light go on. I grow strong. Reaching for the stars, I'm knowing getting closer. Life is music, I am a composer. My dreams become so rare, but
Oh, do you know what I love? I love the fact that Gemma has a flag for every occasion. Gemma, Latvia Supernova, did they make the right pick by picking Samanta?
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Was there any competition? She was going to win, clearly. Oh, I'm so excited.
I think there was a little competition there. I think Joe in particular may have favoured another one.
Every year it's always Edgar's, and I'm sure he'll be back next year, and it'll still be Edgar's again, no matter what the song's like. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Samantha. Her song, I love her, but not her song. It's a bit all over the place for me. This one, I'm too old for it, I think.
Oh, you are never.
And there, I could not.
Yeah, I can see you dancing to this at Euroclub.
Yeah, I probably would, because that's what I do anyway. But then I think, I hate this song. Yay! That's me.
you know what? If Joe is too old for it, then I'm too old for it too.
Oh, actually you're not, but yeah. I know you are.
I just don't get it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
get you all
Gemma-
dancing. Don't you stress.
So Gemma's going to be doing the dance moves to it. I think someone in your dance posse, I think, is going to be Tristan, because I noticed Tristan was having a bit of a rave there as well. Tristan, Supernova, was this the right choice to make?
Yeah, it was definitely. I loved Anna Polyester. That was just because it was the lyrics were such fun, and the message was really good. But Samanta Tīna just got me dancing. I love it. I know it's a bit messy, but it's a guilty pleasure, and it's one that I'm going to be really looking forward to dancing to in the Euroclubs.
Oh, and Stuart is suggesting that someone was clearly on something when they do you know what, Stu? Let's just
It's
move
the
on.
stuff in the spray bottles.
So,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to put the comment up from Lanique, which I think is actually far better. Samanta Tīna, obviously, congratulations to our lovely neighbours. Greetings from Lithuania.
I'm loving her thing. Yeah.
I have to say, out of all the entries I've listened to so far, this one is probably one of only about two others that actually stand out for me. I know I'm not going to commit myself to the other two, but I do hope Latvia get through their semi-final. I think it'll qualify, maybe.
Definitely.
Lots of nodding heads. Thing is, with so many songs still to pick, you never quite know. And Moon Vision said, there we go, Samantha only needs 6 attempts to win Supernova, but she has got this. And how right she may be.
And good for her.
Now, obviously, there will be a Latvia review show where we actually look at the Latvian entry in more detail, coming soon to ESC Fan TV. Now, we need to move on, guys. Oh, can you believe it? We have done so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 national finals. as we seek to round up all this Eurovision news. We're in for a sixth. We're going across to Armenia. They've selected their entry for Rotterdam. They're going to send Athena with the song Chains on You. Let's take a quick listen.
Chains on you. I'ma put them boy chains on you. Chains on you. I'ma put them boy chains on you. I was staring at you as sitting next to you. I think I got it just to start thinking how my name was under you. So you will walk you towards me. No, I should believe I will be the one that really make you feel.
And that was Chains on You. Who? Do you know what? Panel, I can't decide who I would want to actually ask for their opinions first. So I'm going to let you fight. Whoever speaks first can take it.
So it's a big no from me. This song is just, see, it's not even because it's horrible, but it's just so bland. It's so like, it has absolutely no personality. The lyrics mean nothing. It's just one of those like, and I've looked at her back catalog, and it's just this kind of music that I really hate. The kind of club music that people will get up dancing to when they're really drunk and do not give a damn. Because there is absolutely nothing in the song that makes it interesting or worth it. That's all I'm going to say.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you, mate. 100% whatever he said. My bottom. And it probably would stay the bottom the whole time.
Yeah.
I do like Martin Palmer, arguably the most now track so far this year. She performs it well live, whilst Jade says that Chains on You is going to get a revamp. Linique, sorry Armenia, but this year. ... Tristan.
I mean, it's not really my thing, but Martin is absolutely right. It is absolutely what everyone's listening to these days. I mean, you just have to listen to what people when they've got their mobile switched on in the tube. It's exactly that kind of sort of laptop mobile phone music. It will definitely qualify, and I think it will end up possibly even top 10. But it's not my kind of song. It was my third favourite of the Armenian songs, but it wasn't a very strong national final, to be honest. My favourite was Tokyo 9. I thought that was great, and it was right at the end. So I thought it was actually going to be the song that would represent them. But Tokyo 9 didn't, and I think only came sixth in the end. I also quite liked Sergei and Nikolai singing that "Ha Take a Step" song. That guy with the guy sort of who somebody sings at the end. That was fun. But I think the Armenian song will definitely be top 10 in the end, even though it's not really my thing.
I mean, my personal take on it is that I think it needs a bit of work. I think it'd be where I'd go with it. The trouble is, it just reminds me of the songs which, and the trouble is, people, let's face it, everyone knows my music taste. My music taste is somewhere, between about 1970 and 1990, with a small slice of late 90s pop on top. So you can imagine this does not sit well with me, but it might do well. I don't feel like I could commit. I have to admit, Stuart said, did John Lundvik write this? I don't think so somehow, Stu. Gemma, have you got an opinion on Armenia?
Yes. Oh my God, people. It is modern. Yes, it does need some work, but my God, man, we got another banger on our hands. Yeah, I didn't want to like it, but I do. And I'm also very sorry, I don't have an Armenian flag. I haven't been there yet. If you got any travel tips, send them my way.
Hey. Oh. Well, you heard it here first. Right, Gustav, do you want to wrap this one up?
That's a no for me.
I think that wraps it up well enough. Now, guys, final thing of the night to discuss. Obviously, Malta have decided that destiny is destined for Rotterdam. She has won the X Factor Malta. She will be providing their song in song. she will be singing their song. Whether she'll be writing it, I'm not too sure. Maybe someone more better informed could let me know. But let's take a look of her performing last week.
And the voice with our fear of the child answers only from love.
There we have Destiny there. Let's go to Joe. Was Destiny destined for success?
Yeah, of course she was. It was always going to happen where 1 year she would do effectively the double, and go to senior. I think, is it me or has she grown up too quick?
Yeah.
I'm too old, obviously, because I've said that as well. But she's really grown up quick. She's supposed to still
That's been 5 years.
It's only 5 years, though. She's supposed to still be a kid. No, she's a lot older than what she is, I think. Anyway, yeah, but she's such a great singer, and I'm really looking forward to what she brings to the table.
Now, Tristan, you will have seen some of X Factor Malta. What do you think we could expect from Destiny when the song eventually is revealed?
Well, it has to be a real good power ballad, I'm sure. I really hope they give her a song that is perfect for her voice. They don't give her something poppy that doesn't show it off. I think Justin Shawfield would also have been a really good choice for Malta. I think she came second in the end, but maybe third. I can't remember now. But Destiny will definitely do well in Rotterdam if he's given the right song. So I just hope that they don't sort of use some kind of songwriting team in Sweden or whatever, and actually get together and they write something that's perfect for her and involves her as well.
Yeah.
And Nicholas, your take on Destiny?
Yeah, I mean, of course I'm gonna support her. She's part of the Junior Eurovision family, so of course I'm gonna support her. I wasn't sure she was going to win it at all because of course she is a more established act. So I thought that maybe Malta would vote differently because they would want someone new to go to the stage. I think there is potential. There is a massive potential. Of course there is. She's a fantastic singer, but this could, and I think everyone has said it, this can be so easily ruined by giving her a song that has nothing to do with her. Let her pick the song is my best advice to PBS. Let her pick the song because I remember when she won Malta Junior Eurovision, I was like, okay, so you got to make sure you give her something with soul, something that fits her voice, something that fits her style. They gave her Not My Soul. It worked perfectly for her. They need to do something similar here. I don't think a power ballad necessarily is the thing for her because she is such an interesting character that I think singing a power ballad that any other female with a strong vocal could sing will just mean that she'll just drown in what I can expect that we'll see a lot of ballads this year. I want her to have something fun, something that has her character, something that has her energy and her soul into it. That kind of vibe, same kind of sound that Not My Soul had. Then I think we have something really interesting. Then I think she can do well. If it's just another power ballad, I struggle to see if she could really bring that victory that I'm sure Malta desperately wants this year.
Oh yeah, I mean, for as long as I have been a fan of Eurovision, Malta is probably the one country I've had at the top of my list as the country that I think would absolutely fall over themselves to actually win this contest.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was, as much as I love Diva from 1998, I have to admit there was a real, still gutted for Chiara that year as well.
And Eurovision just means a lot to Malta. I mean, we've seen it with Junior Eurovision. They've staged it twice. They they probably didn't even have like the funding for it in 2016, but they went out there and said, we're gonna do this because it means so much for this like small country to be able to showcase their country. And they've done a fantastic job hosting Junior Eurovision 2 times. They've done a lot of things in general for the Junior Eurovision. So if they do win eventually, which I hope they do, we can expect a fantastic show for them. I have no doubt.
And finally, just to wrap it up, I agree with ESC Matt's comment in the chat. Malta would be the best host country.
Yeah.
And I think they would.
Yeah.
I think it would be amazing. So maybe, it's going to be Valletta 2021. Oh. Now, guys, I have some bad news for you because, that's all we've got time for.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Ah, there we go. See, I like this. People have been working on my audience participation.
Yes.
Love it. Oh.
We have, haven't we?
Now, the good news is that whilst you wait for ESC Fan TV to roll back in on Friday night, you can click that like and subscribe button. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We are here, there, and everywhere. And if you look at some of our MGP posts, you may even find some comments from certain MGP artists. Now, we have loads more to talk about, but we're going to save that for another edition of Bite Size. It's all coming up soon on ESC Fan TV. And all that I'd like to do now is just thank my wonderful panel. Big thanks to Gustav.
Thank you, guys. And I also want to remind you that you can listen to our shows as a podcast, which I edit, so it's good.
Hey. Big thanks.
That's the quality control.
So I just wanted to say thanks, guys, for letting me talk about Eurovision on my birthday. So thank you.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Kept that one under wraps.
I feel like let's not. Shall we sing, guys?
Well,
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay, come on. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday.
No, we aren't gonna do this.
Happy birthday to you.
You know what? This
Thanks,
is why
guys.
we're
Thank you.
panelists and not singers in the contest itself. Big thanks as well to wonderful panelist Joe.
Thank you, everyone. And I'll be more awake tomorrow, I reckon, or whenever the next show is.
Hey, big thanks to Nicholas.
Thank you, and I can't wait to see all you lovely viewers later on in the week for our review or preview of the Slovenian entries. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, and as always, a massive thank you to Tristan as well.
Thank you very much. Lovely talking to you all.
Hey, now we are back on Friday with Slovenia entries, and also we will actually, and some people have commented, they're like, what about France, what about Belgium, are we not talking about these? Guys, we're still digesting, we're still listening, we're letting it all sink in, and also we've got to have something to talk about next time as well. So from us, it's goodbye for now, and we very much hope to see you soon. We'll be back on Friday. In the meantime, click like and subscribe. And it is goodbye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.